back to the channel. I have a fun video for you today. I made a handbag, and this is in collaboration with Babylon Leather. I selected the Evelyn DIY leather bag. So let's go ahead. Here is the box with all of the goodies. Let's go ahead, open this up and see what is included. All right, so after opening everything up, what I see we have in here is of course, a brochure that talks a little bit about Babylon Leather. I chose the Evelyn DIY craft bag. Very nice, very simple, perfect for summer. And so yeah, and before I keep going, there is a discount code if you are interested. After you see the review and I give you my thoughts, there's a discount code. There's a link down in the description box that you can use, but we'll talk more about that a little later. But I want to share with you everything that came into the kit, came with the kit. So of course we have the brochure, then we have the items. So what comes, I chose of course the color purple. Who is surprised? It comes with a video tutorial code. You do have your finished pendants, the scarf that came with it, as well as some tools. So this is awesome. So let me flip you over and share with you everything that came inside of the kit. So here is everything in the kit. This is the scarf that came with the kit. This is the pendant that I will add. Oh, this is cute. This is cute that I can add to the bag. And then here are all of the tools. So what came in here are these tools that will be used. Now, how these tools are used, I don't know quite yet. I will be watching the video to put this together. And then we have all of these goodies. Okay, so everything that you receive is the pendant. I showed you, you have the pendant here that you add to the bag. It also came with a scarf to add to the bag. You do receive the strap and all of the tools. So everything is in here that I need to make this bag. You see, you have the hardware. You have everything in here. I also requested the matching thread. So you see that here. Oh, everything. Look at nips that come with it, all the hardware. So no need to worry about any hardware. I have the screws. Of course, I haven't put this together, so I'm not sure what this is, how that will be utilized in the kit. But then we have the leather. Let's pull this out. And so look at that. So all of the pieces, everything that is needed to put this bag together. And this was a simple bag that I chose that I thought would be fun for the summer. And it looks like one piece is already attached there, so I won't have to worry about that. But I'm excited. And then this one last piece that was in here. So yeah, this, I'm supposed to have everything in the kit that I need and enough thread, everything. So I should be able to put this kit together by following along on the video. And so I will definitely come back in when this is completed. So do stay tuned for the final reveal and how I styled it, because I had this bag in mind for a particular look or a couple different looks I was going for. So make sure you stay tuned to see how this looks, get the final review, and I'll share all the details again about the affiliate code and everything in the next clip. Okay, it has been a few days and about 15 hours later. Let's go ahead and jump into the Evelyn bag. Here is my finished bag. I'll show you pictures, and it was perfect for today. And we'll get into why I chose this one. It's a smaller bag. Let's just go ahead and just jump into it. So I want to first start out by thanking Babylon Leather for reaching out to me. They reached out to me a little bit ago in regards to collaborating with them on a leather handbag. And so of course I had to do my research, because I'm thinking leather handbags. I thought it was one of those that send you bags or something like that, but it was to make one. And I was like, what? Hand make a handbag? I'm game. I am game. So let me tell y'all what I did was I went to the website, because at first I wanted to look around. I was looking at a lot of the other different designs, right? And I chose this. One of the reasons I chose this, besides the color purple, this is the Evelyn bag. So let me pop up on the screen. One, you can do a search on the color of bag that you would like under their DIY kit tutorials, and you can drill down to color selection. So they had a few with purple in it, but when I saw this, I thought it was real sporty. And I'll show you also this particular bag. So if you do like this bag, it comes in a variety of colors, which I liked. I thought the variety was good. And so yeah, that's why I chose this. Another reason I chose this is because I love, if anybody has been watching my channel any length of time, you know that I have been gravitating towards different smaller size handbags, and I thought this was perfect because, and you'll see, I'll pop up some pictures when I'm running errands like I am today. This is my second time wearing this. This is my new dress, y'all, my new dress. This is the Style Arc Tony designer dress. I did a whole review. Actually, I did a semi sew along for this, so if you want to go check it out, you most certainly can. I'll make sure it pops up at the end of this video. And of course, I want to thank you everybody who have ordered from the Mocha Mousse collection. I'm very excited about that collection. If you missed that video and all of the items, there's new jumbo acrylic clips, there's new notepads, sticky notes, there's now a mug coaster. Go check out that video. I'll make sure both of these videos pop up at the end for the dress and the Mocha Mousse collection, but go check that out. And thank you. That sale, the 10% off that automatically comes off, the sale for everything on the website ends on June 30th. So if you were thinking about grabbing something, or you want to grab something, head on over to the website. Shop. Anyway, so a little bit about Babylon Leather. A few of the things that I definitely want to share. So they advertise that it's very, and I'm going to read some notes, that it's easy to get started. Beginners can smoothly complete the bag making process. The kit includes everything. You saw that at the start of the video, right? But the type of leather it is grain, cowhide, and full grain cowhide leather. So I have not personally hand sewn leather before, so this was a good experience for me. I was quite excited about it. So each kit does come with a tutorial. So you'll have, and I think you saw in the beginning I shared with you, they have the QR code where you can scan and go to the video and then watch the video. As with any sew along, in my opinion, always watch your sew alongs first, just to see if it's, you know, how it's gonna go, what you should prepare for, things you might want to think about, all of that. But the kit includes pre-cut leather pieces, hardware accessories, straps, thread, and the tool. And the toolkit, everything you need to make your bag. Now, I will say that it included, this is so funny, I didn't realize this, because when I saw the video, I didn't see them using these things. So I was like, what? I never used it. So one thing I never used was these little tools. I actually do not know what this is for, but I did not use them. So I did not use that. And then they had these little rubber things in there, like little fingers that you just roll on your finger like this. And how about, I was almost halfway through with this bag before I realized what this was, because they don't use them in the video. And because of course when you keep handling needles and different things, and it's the dowel needles or darning needles, depending on, you know, how you term them. So I had a pack. It does not come with those. At least my kit did not come with the needles that you need. And so because my dowel needles or darning needles, this is just called dowel needles on the packaging, it came in 3 different sizes. So I used the 2 smallest size. How I would determine in the future what size is Actually, now that I know, the smaller one of the 3 different sizes that was in here worked the best. So I would venture to go out and just get a pack of that size. I thought I had more of these, but I did not. So I'm so happy I had this in my stash, because, you know, this would have been one of those trips to the store to try to find them. But, you know, as you're working with, and I don't work with leather on a regular basis. I'm sure my leather work people out here are like, yeah, ma'am. But handling that needle, and you just squeezing, and it can get slippery. Well, not overly slippery. That's a little bit of exaggeration. But you know how you try to get a really good grip. And I found using this after the bag was over halfway done allowed me to pull that needle better back through the holes and everything. I will say that the video is really good. The video is really good. The video itself is only just under 18 minutes long. But this will take you, and they tell you it is out there that it should take somewhere between 7 to 10 hours maybe. It depends. It depends on how you pace yourself and how much you're doing. So for me, it took me a couple days, 15 hours, I would say, when I calculated it all together. Now, some of that, I will say, was me watching the video. I watched the video first, so I'm including all that in there. The video is only 17 minutes, so, you know. But I watched the entire video, and then as I started, I would play the video, and I would slow the video down to like half speed, because a couple parts, even though it wasn't particularly fast, the movement, I felt like I just wanted to slow it down so I can really see how they were moving the needle to lock in the stitches as you start, because you're supposed to make sure you have the right amount of tension as you're hand sewing, so you don't have puckers and whatnot. And I have a couple. I'll show you those. Not a lot. I mean, I'm very impressed with myself, but if you can see the little puckers like right there, there is an area in the tutorial, and I'll pop this up on the screen, where it says that there's a couple areas around the curve in the center of the gusset piece that you add onto the front and back, that the holes in the video say are significantly larger than the holes that you're just hand sewing through. It's so you can match everything up and make sure that everything is even, that gusset piece when you're adding in. When I say gusset piece, is this here middle piece that you're adding to the front and back. I didn't find them to be significantly larger. They were noticeable, but at the same time, if you're just continuing to hand sew, you're almost not really paying attention to that. So what I did was, and you'll see here in this little short clip, is I marked them with just with some chalk so I can see. And as it turned out, that didn't make a difference anyway, because while I was doing it, I was like watching TV, a show also, or listening for the most part. And as I'm going through it, I didn't really pay attention to where those holes were, but I did notice where they met up, if that makes sense. So it's not like I was making sure, you know, counting or something, because they did say if you find that you're like extremely off or something, that you'll have to unhand sew what you did. I was not doing that, because let me tell you, my fingers, and I got into it and I just felt like I couldn't put it down. And then I was thinking, oh, I got other stuff to do. So I was like, I'm just gonna just sit here and just do it. It was across 2 days. Did I say that? Across 2 days. That to me was too much to do in 2 days, sewing leather by hand. I appreciate the holes are already punched and all you're doing is stringing that needle through, but to have to sit there and do it across a couple days, I would say even something like this, your first time. And let me point this out, it does not come, so you don't have to worry about putting this piece of hardware in the snap. It comes on the bag already. But one of the other determining factors for me choosing this bag is because it's not lined. This is not a lined bag. They do have kits out there that are lined, and so those will be interesting. I could definitely see me purchasing a kit from there or getting another kit from there, because they had a lot of cute styles. They had little wallets and whatnot. And I will say, like I said, this was sent to me by Babylon Leather. I do have an affiliate link to get 10% off, and so of your purchase. And so I'll leave the link down in the description box. If you are new to leather and want to give it a try, do the hand sewing. This is small. This is nice. This is a beautiful size. It's simple. If you like nice and simple, I can see how the larger ones, well, I don't know. I can't say that. I was going to say larger ones, maybe it wouldn't take as much time because they're bigger, but that almost don't make sense. I would think it would take longer because they are bigger. But I will say the complicated part for me, this is just for me, this is all binding here at the top, as you can see, and this is binding all the way around, binding the gusset and the front and back pieces together. This part was the hardest, the binding on the top part. I think because it's so narrow, I felt like that was more challenging for me. However, this obviously just took more time to do. And so, yeah, I absolutely love how it turned out. And this here, I almost wish this little H was in the front, because this is the front of the bag and this is the back. But I guess you can wear it any kind of way. And you can take this out. You can take this in and out. But this is how I would wear it, this way, with the snap in the front. Beautiful gold hardware. I love the strap. It is so super cute. So I would recommend it. I would recommend it. However, and please, those leave comments in the comment section. Get something for your fingers. Get something for your fingers. Get something for your hands. So you're not, because all that squeezing and, you know how you're holding the needle and pulling, it felt like, you had that feeling in your fingers, not numbness or anything, but I don't know. I know my fingers been working. That's about as best as I can explain it. And I would suggest, because they give you a lot of thread, they give you one spool. I was nervous that it wasn't going to be enough, because I did break a needle. They tell you if you kind of get stuck, because as you're going back through the hole, you're supposed to be careful not to thread back through the actual, put your needle back through the thread. I almost feel like that's impossible to do, because I've done it quite a few times while I was making it. But I did go through once and try to pull the needle and broke the needle, and it was a whole different other needle. It wasn't even a darning needle. It was a hand sewing needle that I knew wasn't the right needle, but I thought I would give it a try. So partly it was the wrong needle and everything, but they tell you the length of the thread you should take off the spool for the part you need to hand sew. I would say do, for the long part, for this long part, front and back, I would say do 2 to 3 more lengths. I think they said 5. I would do 8. I would do 8. And that's just to make sure you have enough when you get ready to tie everything off, that you have enough. Because one side I only got to about right here with 5, and I had this much left to go, and you have to have enough of the length to be able to, because you're threading 2 needles at once and they're going back and forth through each other, so you have to make sure you have enough length. So that's the only suggestion I would have. You do need a lighter, because you will be burning threads. That wasn't new to me. I've done that with handbags and wallets where you bury the threads and burn the ends. So that wasn't new to me. Doing the side, even this little side piece, that was easy. This here piece probably took 30 minutes to do both sides. Both of these that's attached. This part took about an hour to do the binding here, and yeah, the rest of that, so that's about 2 hours. So the rest of that time was all of this, and I was just taking my time. I was watching the video, and like I said, I was listening to other things on TV while I was going. So yeah, it did take some time. So in closing, I would definitely recommend it. I think it's very easy. It is easy to get started. I can say those talking points that they have is true. It is easy to get started. It comes with the video. The kit comes with everything you need except for those needles. And unless it was missing in mine. I don't know. I don't think so. I wasn't sure. I still don't know what this is. I'll have to look that up. Those little things, if that would have made life a little easier for certain parts, I don't know. But I got through it beautifully. I enjoyed it. I absolutely love it. Again, I do have an affiliate link. It is down in the description box if you want to check it out, or maybe there's other bags that you want to check out. Like I said, they have so many. They have wallets, little accessory DIY leather kits, things even much simpler than that. So definitely check them out. As you saw, it do come with the little pendant and the scarf. Now, because these little things aren't my style, you will see in the pictures that you won't see these on me outside, because I don't, this here is not usually my thing, but I do have a couple pictures with everything on there. So anyway, everybody, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think. If you're looking for a fun sewing challenge, something new, something different, highly recommend Babylon Bag, leather bag company, and pick you up a kit. So thank you everybody for tuning in today. I greatly appreciate it. And any questions, comments, leave them down below. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. And don't forget, I am hosting a sewing retreat here in Texas in February 2026. There are a few spots still available. So if you are interested, check the link out down below. You'll see the deposit information, payment plan information, all of the things. All right, everybody, have a blessed one, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye.